Peace, 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 family. Always peace, love, oneness, divine vitality on all energy grids. So, ones that are new, welcome to my channel. We're uplifting the soul to inner self empowerment is the goal. You're gonna hear cars driving by through these sacred grounds. Y'all know how I go. Highways, byways, lakes, dams, a lot of things when they're covering up our story, So, drawn to these specific lands. 3 archbishops, priests, bought over 272 slaves, ancestors from Maryland, Louisiana, the corridors, the southern corridors along the Atlantic slave trade, though roaming into our story, unheard voices, untold stories of the truth. It's calm. Ooh, baby, nature spits. When it's calm when you walk in, baby, that be your clarity. So, with that being said, y'all already know, giving divine honors to the ancestors, supreme frequencies of the all, of healing lights, healing discernment, healing intuition, pure intuition. So, got some sage, put in here, add with some bay leaves, rosemary, cloves, Ashe. Like I was saying, 3 archbishops aligned with the Jesuit superior at that time, Ashe. And his name, last name Mulledy, the James Mulledy, sold them to Jesse and with Mr. Johnson, 2 different men, but sold them to them because Georgetown University was going under financial ruin. So, Georgetown University during this time was going under financial ruin, so they needed to sell some of their slaves. This was one of the largest slaveholder slave trades that they don't talk about. Over 200. We'll roam a little deeper. Ancestors through slave ship. And it was a slave ship, a specific name. Ooh, I don't know when they do this. You see this right here? Bam. Though, staying on the topic at hand, because I do this for divine reasonings, herbs, nature, to the nature spirits, to the ancestors. It's real calm and real settling, which means they listening. and a divine grace about it, because there's a lot of unheard voices, unspoken stories out here. Yeah, after a minute, y'all gonna see the wind shaking, because it's a lot more of them gonna come around. Though, being aware of energy, ancestors, nature spirits, Ashe. Ashe. Staying on the topic at hand, like I was saying, a lot of unheard voices. You can even see breeze as I'm walking up the trail. In specific areas. It's funny Ones believe, how the wind blow and energy, or just like Wi-Fi. You'll believe that this is this satellite tower and this is a touch and that. That ain't unseen. It can't be seen. Just trust that tower that they call Wi-Fi. Oh, I'm over it. This energy around here, they manipulating. That's manipulating energy. Wi-Fi. Ta-da! But anybody in their conscious mind, that's common sense, because what the hell is Wi-Fi? But you know what, I'll show you ancestors, just jumping off topic, but just an example, of the matrix illusional worlds that's around us all day, every day, I'll show you. Squirrel running with a nut. Staying on the topic at hand. I'll show you. As we get deeper down to the trail, I'll show you. Here's the thing though. So I love being in here with my mother. Spirit tell us to drift off. We'll drift off the trail and find some ancestral treasures, like some medicine. One time we found a whole skeletal ruins, I believe of a bull or a deer, and with spirit led, I made a staff out of it. Feathers, crystals, the whole shebang. Baby, tell you, I went into a whole portal and it was gone. I had to leave that portal. Another story for another day. Cardinal. Another story for another day. Oh, let's stay on the topic at hand. I see the breeze that picked up a little bit. But these untold stories been in plain sight for quite some time. Just the more we tap in and awaken within our souls and our DNA, it's intertwining. So on the other side, where the Missouri River is, where I do my crystal pickings, is they have the rocks. They use the pulley. Our ancestors moved rocks, forefathers moved rocks, and made these stone little huts they had called the 12 crosses of Jesus. So this is where they did their rituals, and they called it a retreat, a Jesuit retreat. This is how I know. Me and my mother, went off trail and go around these monuments. Wind pick up hard. All I hear is no, move. So we moved. But you could feel the pull. You could innately know that this is where Jesuits did ceremonies for retreats, like mystery school teachings of those sorts. Yeah. But once again, it's manipulated because it's 12. And that's where I go with the DNA and the DNA strand activations, and understanding that with your DNA, when it's involving your divine masculine and your divine feminine together. That's why there's 12 in their world and not 13. Ashe. Ashe to that. When you know, you know. So, And that's how manipulation started. 12. 12 moons. 12 suns. Not 13. 12 star constellations. 12 zodiacs. 12 chakras. Ashe. That just understands the depth of what they could touch as well. When you know, you know. You got to have specific frequencies of purity to go to the depth of inner teachings of mystery schools. Anyone that knows that. It's killing them alive. And that's another reason they scout and look for beautiful souls. Marketplaces. That's crazy. Like marketplaces for beautiful souls, gifts, talents, and abilities. Some, they don't even, could be 15, 16. They don't touch that gift and activate that DNA strand till they're like 18, 19. And this is where I talk about Queen Elizabeth and the reptilian race aligning a certain ethos, Babalawus, Sangomas, and aligning to ethos and Babalawus and Sangomas of that sort when we're talking about a culture and heritage being manipulated, bound, covered up. All that adds up. All that adds up. In plain sight. But then it's a difference in, like I said, words, and then it's English. You know, words are spells, and with pure intentions. Remember asking for the truth. When I ask for the truth, trickster energies, tricking with the truth, manipulating with the truth. I ask source divine, feminine, sourceful energy, divine, masculine, sourceful energy. Let me see it for what it truly is. That allows your intuition and your discernment to truly activate. Because, baby, you could ask for the truth all day. It's truth seekers that's here saying that they truth seekers and out here manipulating energy. Ashe. Somebody needed to hear it just like that. Ooh, this is deep. Edge. They said like you did over there to the edge. Ooh. That's another reason why sometimes when me and my mother come out here, I will definitely use the machete. And when I use the machete, just, yeah, that's too soft right there. A little more to the edge. I'll use the machete. But some of these parts, that's already a trail to it. It's just, you know, some of the trees fall down and grow. Growing away a little bit. You can see the trail straight through there. But I just wanted to walk all the way through. A little exercise and talk about the fruit of this area and how me and my mother been drawn here. We come do our nature walks with nature spirits, forefathers and ancestors been screaming, speaking. So it's gotten to a deeper depth in the purpose. and then that'll be another thing. The 12 and manipulating energy, they can engulf fear on the energy grids. So ever out of nowhere, you just happy and or you ready to shift or just the high frequency, and then I just feeling fear. That's like these towers. All this is part of the energy grids and how they engulf fear on the energy grids. Well, you know. But this is how you transmute and alchemize. As soon as you feel the fear, baby. Nope. Remember, it's in English. It's a spell. But that's a powerful spell to transmute. Nope, I don't want to. Damn, I was feeling love before you brought that on this energy grid. Nope. Or using that. What you do? You love making your beads? Nope. A lot of crazy. I know I feel love. You put your beads, each stroke on that string. That's divine alchemy. That's transmuting. That's another secret ingredient to what we came here to do, baby. Already in our DNA. You know, it's already embedded. Understanding that, yes, it's real mushy. I ain't gonna go too far. But I did want to get out here, talk about it, because it's a whole couple communities. Not say ancestors, a couple communities in a couple towns that was built out here. And the cover-ups. Like I love my mother, like her intuition, she is on point, and it aligns to, you know, our truths. So, like all these, that's why I look like this, little small little bushes and wax and stuff like that. Like when chemtrails threw seeds down to build over the community or build over certain things that they didn't, you know, cover up all the way. Okay, yeah, I'll make sure. As long as you understood what I just said. But chemtrails did most of this. You know what I'm saying? Especially around the community, where the communities were built. I said, oh. Because I'm like, I'm stepping on. That's brick. That ain't no rock. The ancestors took a pulley and built. This is brick. Like, put some fire in that fireplace. Warm it up while you cook them grits. Type of brick. So, but right out here. So I know you playing crazy. So when I did the research, the 3 archbishops popped up. Deeper than that, I'm writing down the lists of names, though, before we even came out here and did the research. My mother said Sam. We'll go a little deeper into that. For ones that are new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Feeling these new vibes we're shifting into with speaking our truths, as well as allowing our ancestors to speak their truths. Because that fear, that engulfing fear, allows us to know, even in the spirit realm and the ethers, they still scared. Though, on the other end, when we talking about the slave owners, they scared too. Because ain't no, did an EMF read, came right on, just in a black orb. Through the, yes, on the EMF reader, like we were supposed to be scared. Boom. Spirit ancestors, forefathers that rock with me told me pull the desert rose out. Pulled it out. Huh. Ancestors, use this desert rose. Charge yourselves. Let us hear you. Move the slaveholder out the way and started speaking. There was other experiments with twins. It was a blockage at that time, but they experimented on twin kids. When I look at, I only wrote 2 pages, but kids. Archbishops, they bought a lot of kids. 1, 1.5, 4, 8, 11. It was only like about 9, 10 adults. Couple of them was 65. A couple of them was 40. Some mid adults, 20, 28, 22. Most of them was kids. Remember, Catholic and kids. We ain't gonna be out here too long, y'all. But I wanted to give y'all, then this is just one point. And on this side, didn't do too much information. Though the nature spirits are still speaking up on this side. And I wanted to come on this side. Because this is a whole nother side of the community that was Black-owned community. You had a black-owned community, and you had the white. It was like segregated at that. This is deep. When we took this old like carriage road, they put pavement right there, but it's still dirt right here. The main road, like. And if you look further down the trail, nothing else is moving. Just right here where I'm standing. Ashe. Built over them and then threw stuff over them with the chemtrails. I was already told there's a cave, or not a cave, we'll call it a cave, but they did mining out here. I remember going to Sunset and seeing on the trail like a whole bunch of rocks in front of a big hole, but then you see the little red berries that the bats eat. You know what I'm saying? To be, when you're aware of your surroundings and plants and medicine. This specific medicine or berry bats eat. It's a little small red berry. Anybody know? It look like a mini tomato. Like Shalinsky shrunk the tomato and it's on a tree type ish. But long story short, staying on the topic at hand, 2112. Ashe. Divine synchronicity. 2112. But tapping into what truly happened out here. A lot of experiments. A lot of seekers, they ain't want to be I mean, if this just common sense, y'all. If they got the movies about the slave master doing all that abuse, what made you think just because you're an archbishop you wouldn't be categorized in that same category too? Hell, you even worse. Like I said, the Jesus was a one of the reptilian races that started manipulating a culture and heritage. Just go back to that real big old huge tree in Ghana that they made them go around in a circle to mess with their psyche. This was another ancestral ritual that they used to do. Anybody that knows, circles, squares, triangles. But one of them specifically, just to bind, just like squares, binding. Just one though, not all of them. Just like when you come out in nature and you see the eons and ions to pull at will. With pure intentions. That's ooh, that's laughing. That's another thing that's tearing some of these masons with these 33rd degree angles. That's what's tearing them up. Too many that's already got it activated with pure intentions on the energy grids is pow, like an electric shock with them if they still manipulating the energy grids. And it's too many of them with that DNA strand activated because it's already in their DNA. You just signed the application to get that. Okay. Like I said, to be a Mason and to be a Jesuit. When I was looking up the Jesuit archives, to become a Jesuit, bowl cap, you could hit the link to become one. This slap the camera, they playing crazy. But then that's deep. When some of the forefathers' bloodlines be feeling the pull, spirit led to go to Catholic or go to the church and attend the Catholic church, become Catholic. And they forefathers built the churches, the colleges. This say the list of everything. Everything we walking by. And some of this stuff they know they can't touch and rebuild. Oh, baby. How many bloodlines gonna drop like flies? Universal law. That's how you see how stuff is shifting like an error is happening. Certain universal laws are being broken. you gotta fix it. What you do, you gotta fix it. Universal law. You know, you know. Because they coming, baby. And they coming in hot. Seen and unseen. Like, that's deep. Ain't no coincidence about Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa. It's not a coincidence. You know, it comes around. And then it'll show you where it's going to hit. Real bad. Real hard. No coincidence. Because you got a lot of Babalawus, Ifas, Sangomas out in them corridors too. A lot of beautiful souls travel to Jamaica to get stuff done, initiations and practices done and stuff like that. Come back here with stuff, or just come back here thinking that they're completely protected, not knowing that they are bound to that practitioner. And certain things, and that's another reason why I talk about that in my sessions, courses, and services that I provide. And when it's taught or when it's said, for you to understand to do it on your own, and this will be a part of your self-love activations. Even protection. How you bathe, how you cleanse, how you eat, certain basic things. All plays and divine components to our protection for the seen and the unseen. It's back to the basics. You know, hard head make a soft ass. No one is exempt. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about it on this type of level and frequency. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. It's much softer. Oh, did I come this way last time? I don't think so. As I'm talking about this, y'all see how, like I said, look further down the trail. Look in the back. That's right. They've been waiting on this moment for a long time. Been waiting on this moment. Because I know y'all playing the hell out of crazy. Like I said, the Jesuits, reptilian race, and manipulating the culture and heritage. The energy grids with magic. Hypnotizing. Ooh, just heard that. That's deep. I heard destiny swap. Hypnosis. Destiny swap hypnosis. Paying attention to what beautiful souls say to you. Fucker told me, I want your soul. Oh, baby, no, you can't have my soul, baby. Pay attention to what beautiful souls say to you. Pay attention to their sound waves. Because you would jump in, but I want your soul. And we playing the hell out of crazy. Yeah, them type of motherfuckers run fast. I think this is one of the first ones. But yeah, love it when it's like this. I'll show you. Did you see how I moved right on over? Over a little bit more. The plan wasn't to go in there. Plan wasn't to go in there. Just seen 2929. It's another good one too. It's too wet, y'all. It's too wet. So even walking this matrix trail right here, ancestors, nature spirits still speaking loud. Real loud. Not too heavy to blow me away, but loud. Oh, this is the one I was telling y'all about. Right here. That right here. That right there. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But you know, they don't see them. You know, daytime. That's what they eyes. So, nighttime, they coming to tear that up. Birds already out here getting it in. Bats come out at nighttime, tear that up. Let you know a mine, some mining cave out here. Like I said, ones that are new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, donate to my channel. Definitely going to get some EMF readers. Definitely going to get some other things, spirit led, to get certain components. When we're talking to the ancestors, getting messages. Seen a leaf floating in the air though. It's giving like them bay leaf type of vibes. So that's definitely a sign. Somebody, some bay leaves, burn them. You know, if you've never knew about that frequency of writing on them and setting intentions, you know, may shift your vibes. Writing on it, permanent marker or green, whatever energy you're in, whatever color you desire, writing it on the bay leaf and burning it. Pure intentions. Like I said, just tearing them up, baby. No pure intentions. The energy got to go back somewhere. And a hard head make a soft ass every time. No one's exempt. So are you? When you know, you know. Nobody's exempt. But baby, no. So you'll hear a lot of beautiful souls say that too. During your journey. And when it's evolving, you raising your vibration and removing, cutting cords and setting boundaries, it's going to be a lot of no's than yeses. When you are at that frequency and you innately know you want to see your world, the reality that you're in, shift, setting them boundaries, cutting cords. Ooh. Whole lot of you, a whole lot of no's. They gonna want you to say yes. That's how that works. They gonna want you to say yes. Whole lot of no's, but you playing crazy. Especially when the beautiful soul's intentions is pure. Ones to go to the depth, and then you gotta understand. After that, how things play out, cool. Bam, boom, okay. That was an illusion. Some being so deep with their own egotistical frequencies due to unhealed energy, unhealed DNA, create an illusion with comfort from the ego. The ego made it comfortable to believe. Ooh. This one up front made it comfortable to believe. So, yeah. I know I just get quiet and just to the ancestors, listen to the nature spirits and vibe. It's a lot of trails, y'all. Go through, get some medicine. But it's much deeper now. They done came from out, like I said, me and my mother, we first started, we were just walking the trail. But it got to a deeper depth with it. They understand spirit realms and etheric realms too. They understand your purpose. That's hell. Sometimes before you. Understand that too, baby. And they know it before you. Make sure I word that right. With the divineness in it. And when I first felt it, I said, what the? Who you? Fear what? This, let me stop as I say, this is not about to happen. Fear what? But some of them still be engulfing that fear, forgetting that in the human realm now ain't that type of energy. And honestly, with these many ancestors around rolling deep, you just might get your ass whooped. So, with that being said, soak in some of these herbs, chill, sit your ass down, and allow my ancestors and forefathers to speak. So, I'm just telling y'all the story of how this finna roll, baby. It's much deeper than these EMF readers. It's much deeper than that when we're talking about this. I'm here for their voice to be heard. The untold stories, the truth to be spoken about, their names to be spoken about. A lot of their forefathers and ancestors don't even know they right here. And they forefathers is the ones that built these cathedrals and churches that they walking into. Oh, damn. I was finna say it, but nah, we're gonna do boundaries on this one. No, but somebody say a little bit. And certain frequencies of the sellouts, because there were certain African archbishops as well. But understanding where they come from, where they bloodline reside in the Jesuit society. And that's how you'll know if they were slave owners or if they paid for their freedom and they taught them everything they know. You know, that's what I mean by the sellouts. They taught them everything that they know, and they manipulate the energy with their culture and heritage and not their natural culture and heritage. And then some was at birth, you know. And then I believe that's another reason too why they got them so young, so that they could teach them the Catholic and stuff, and it could be embedded in the subconscious mind a lot easier, you know, because it all deals with the subconscious mind, especially when at the frequencies of just innocence. Ashe. So with that being said, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and end it. We're gonna take some business, and we definitely gonna get back to it. Ashe to that. That being said, always peace, love, oneness, divine vitality on all energy grids. Ashe.